Let's go. Nice. Let's go. Guys, happy freaking Friday. Welcome back to the Jeanette Music Review, guys. We are on the journey of Taylor Swift, okay? And for those of you who might just be joining that journey with us, welcome. I was a Taylor Swift fan. I guess, hold on, back up. I've always been a Taylor Swift fan, but I was really into her music when she kind of first came on the scene, specifically during the Fearless album. Listened through the Fearless album, then it was Speak Now, and then it was Red. And then I kind of lost track of Taylor. I'm not going to lie. I was very honest when I started this journey that I kind of lost track of those like middle albums. I don't really know them very well. And in fact, going back and listening to some of these songs, I have forgotten some of the songs in the older albums. So this has been really nice to kind of go back and listen, and also the nostalgia that comes with listening to these songs that I remember like blasting in my bedroom. So that is kind of where I stand with Taylor Swift's music, which is really cool. So kind of, you know, some I'm really familiar with, some I'm not really familiar with. And this is actually one of the tracks from Taylor's catalog that, of course, I am super familiar with, as I think everybody is. But what's really cool about this is I've actually not listened to any of Taylor's version of things. So I remember that like all came out. She was doing a lot. She was on the Eras tour. She was releasing Tortured Poets Department. Then she released Life with Showgirl. And in between all of that stuff, she was also releasing the re-records of her album, which is super freaking awesome and so much fun. So I think it's just in the mix of everything that was being released and going on, I never actually listened to Taylor's re-recordings. So I'm really excited to take a listen to these. And I also will be doing a deeper dive over on my Patreon. I will be listening to like all of the vault tracks over there because I haven't taken a listen to any of those. Oh, I take it back. I've listened to one of them. I think it was called I Can See You. Yeah. That's it. So I have listened to that one, but otherwise I haven't listened to any of Taylor's versions, and I definitely haven't listened to the vault tracks. So if you want to see my reactions to the vault tracks, definitely join over on Patreon because that will be super fun to do together. All right, guys, so without further ado, we'll be reacting to Love Story, Taylor's version, and comparing the old Taylor's Love Story to the new Taylor's Love Story. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go. I'm actually really excited about this because her voice is like so different. I don't want to say so different, but it's just so much more obviously mature than it was. So I'm really excited to see the subtle differences here.
We were both young when I first saw you. I close my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there.
I love the pictures.
On a balcony in summer air. See the lights, see the party, the ball gowns. See you make your way through the crowd and say hello.
A lot of
Little did I know.
vocal control. Love it.
You were Romeo, you were throwing pebbles, and my daddy said stay away from Juliet. And I was crying on the staircase, begging you please don't go. And I said,
Let's go.
Romeo, take
Nice.
me somewhere
Let's go.
we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All there's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the
Yep.
princess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
Okay, guys, I was really nervous, not gonna lie. I was like, is this gonna be, what is this gonna be like? You know, there's still the same power in this song that there was when she first released it. And like I was saying, a lot of more vocal control than of course she had when she was younger. So this is really, really cool to listen to.
So I sneak out to the garden to see you. We keep quiet 'cause we're dead if
Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, she's crushing this, guys. Wow, this is awesome. Yes. Oh, she's so young there. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. That's awesome. Nice. That is amazing. This is amazing, guys. Oh my God, this is so good. Oh my God. Okay. Let's talk about this, guys. Let's talk about this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like I was saying, I was kind of nervous. Like, is it going to be like really different? Is it going to sound exactly the same? I think that is what I just listened to is the best case scenario. Like, it sounded like the original, but it had a hint of maturity in it. So she left like little cracks in her voice, the certain guitar parts that we look for. She left all of that in there and just added a little bit more of mature Taylor. Like that was a best case scenario when an artist re-records their songs, right? Because you're looking for kind of the same thing, a little bit better, right? Like I want the nostalgia, but I also want to hear like growth at the same time. Do you guys know what I mean? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But that's kind of what at least for me, that's kind of what I was hoping for. And I definitely like 1000% got that in that song. Like it was totally Taylor, of course, but like it was totally the way she's always sang, but just a little bit more control in her voice, a control/freedom in her voice. I think obviously, and I can say this about myself as a singer, when we're younger, right? You're still kind of learning your voice, where, your voice kind of fits, right? Are you a soprano? Are you more of an alto? Where are the keys that you just like feel natural singing in? What are those? And so, and of course, those change as well when you get older, right? What you kind of felt really comfortable with when you were, 16, 18 years old is going to be very different when you're in your 30s. So I think it's really cool to hear the difference. Younger Taylor was still figuring that out, right? As most artists are at that age, whether you are in front of the camera and you're super famous, or you're a singer at just like a local bar and grill, right? Like you are, when you're younger, you're just trying to figure out where your voice feels comfortable. And of course, the more you do it, the more you kind of figure that out, and that evolves and it changes. So that is so freaking cool that we got to hear. If you didn't yet, make sure you check out me listening to Taylor Swift's Love Story, the original version, because it is very different, but it still brings back all of the memories, right? For those of you who listened to it when it first came out. Also, the production as well is 10 times better, which obviously makes sense, right? Taylor did not have the team that she had when she was 18, or she was probably 17, right? When she recorded this song, maybe even younger. Versus Taylor now, right? That team is totally different. It's obviously going to sound better, the more professionals you work with, the studio you're recording at, the mics you use, right? All of that stuff is gonna make a huge impact on, of course, the official release and the official song, right? So totally makes sense, but it's really cool. And of course, the original version is fantastic, right? Obviously, it was used in so many movies and it was on the radio and it sounded fantastic. But just subtle differences in the new one. The guitars were a lot more clearer. In fact, I would venture to say all of the instruments were a lot more clearer. You could just really hear the different tones. Just again, slight subtleties with the instruments in her voice that just kind of really, really brought it to life. Guys, I love that. I am actually so excited to listen to more of her Taylor version releases because I'm blown away. It's absolutely wild. It's so cool how she kept the song, but just it's just a slightly more, I don't want to say improved version, but just it's just a little bit more professional version, I guess you could say. It's just really cool. And I don't know, guys, if the song sounds better today, because for today's video, I'm using EPZ Q1 Pro in-ear monitors. This particular version is the $40 in-ear monitor, and I have to say I have Shure in-ear monitors, and these are pretty comparable. So if you guys are looking for an in-ear monitor for either casual music listening, or if you're looking to use them for recording music or doing a live stream, I do highly recommend these. EPZ reached out. You guys can kind of see them in my ear. EPZ reached out and asked if I would do a review. And I said, absolutely. And I tested them out. And I was like, dang, these are actually really nice. So if you guys are looking for an in-ear monitor and you're looking for a slightly cheaper version, I highly recommend these. Like I said, casual music listening, or if you even want to use them for music related things like recording music, or if you do live streams, I highly recommend these. I think these are really nice. They also fit really nicely. For those of you who know me, I have really weird ears. I have to be really thoughtful when I'm wearing AirPods. I try them. They typically don't work too well for me. Sometimes I can get by, but I typically have some ear pain. So I'm really, really picky when it comes to anything in my ears. I don't know what it is, but my ears are just small. But these sit really comfortably. So if you guys are looking for in-ear monitors, but you don't want to, break the bank, I highly recommend these. So guys, what do we think? I'm so freaking pumped. I hope you guys are enjoying this. We are going to be continuing. We're going to cruise right along. We're going to be moving to, I think, You Belong With Me. And I'm honestly really curious to listen to Taylor's version of this. Because again, like Love Story, these were kind of the songs that really cemented her in the business, kind of catapulted her career. So I'm really interested to see what things that she kind of added in or maybe took away. Is it pretty much like this where she kept everything and just kind of elevated it a little bit? So I'm really freaking pumped. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. And of course, whatever songs you guys are thinking that I need to react to either on here, definitely let me know. or over on Patreon, guys. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Thank you to everyone who has joined over there or who has joined my Twitch stream. I will definitely be streaming a lot more in the new year. So thank you guys so freaking much, and I can't wait to see you all for next week's video. I shall see you all very soon. Bye!